bedrooms going. I wonder if we've zoned the previous bedrooms. I can't recall. Multi-mode on. Well, I guess I could have kept adding rectangles there. Okay. Done. And then, yeah, for cages, cage. Edit filter. I don't know if I can force them to be empty. Huh. I might have to choose them individually here. Which is a little annoying. Whoops. Cancel. I need to expand it to check. Otherwise, it was just going to pick the closest one. I don't know how sturdy a tin cage is going to be. Okay, I think we're going to have to wait for some more empty cages to be made. But that's still going to be enough for the justices to be running, so that's okay. I don't know if we ever made the gloves. Let me force a job for leather glove. I'm going to force one to get made. Right, don't forget to empty the bot cages. Oh, wait, the turkeys. Done. And I think it automatically might have done the turkey hen because they're all pastured and set up, so that's good. Okay. Right, so these aren't made into bedrooms. That's okay because I don't want a random dwarf just claiming them, although it would make them very happy. These bedrooms are not flagged. Now, dwarves will still use beds so that they don't sleep on the floor, but they won't count as being their bedrooms. They're not that happy. Oh, we didn't do these either. Jeepers. Just leaving soon, that's fine. Although, it's possible I'm a broker still... No, okay, good. Oh, I was going to sell the cages! Money for Essentia, money for Essentia.
Balamar's Dwarf Fortress joke of the day. What do you call a danger room full of elves?
What?
A wood chipper.
I like that. So I've just searched for all cages. I'm going to bring all cages there. I'll have to be quick to trade before it's done. Wood chipper. Is that Balmar? Thank you very much for the contribution to Essentia's Bubble Tea Fund. Craft Dwarf Workshop. All right, not the most exciting thing for an artifact, but we'll take it at this point. Yeah, I'm not sure if Essentia appreciated that joke per se. We just gift them the cages. This is not really anything I want. I guess those are empty. I think it would say what it was in them. Yeah, there we go. Let me gift you the 2 hemp camel and this chinchilla. Oh, I can't offer the chinchilla. I guess because the cave was this cage here was probably one that was bought. You can only gift something you created yourself. I offered you a 2-pump camel in an iron cage. Alright, still back on doors. I'm assuming, yeah, our stonecrafters must be heckin' busy here. I might want to have more than 2 dedicated ones just so there's some overlap. Oh, beginning of mysterious construction. What'd you grab there, Gary? Got dolomite, magnetite, tourmalines, camel bone, radiant cut pink tourmalines. Ooh, we might get a pretty impressive artifact this time around. Oh, Corky Plug's rooms aren't fancy enough anymore as a count. Well, one thing we never did was we never engraved. So we can go ahead and engrave their rooms. Hopefully that's going to be enough. Or again, at some point what I might just do is just add the second suite of rooms as part of their space. So they would get to double up on their value. That is nicely populated. Oh yeah, no merchants right now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll try to remember to do the cages next time around. It does look like we should have some more empty cages though. So if I go build cage, go an empty lead cage. Cage. Back 1 second. Empty copper cage. Go. Okay, what do we get? So, Akgorseshim Thathat Hongim. Long name. A lot of the artifact names aren't that long. Clinch free, the Plunge of Suitors. This is a Dolomite. Wow, worth about 15,000 dwarf bucks as far as we know. Dolomite ring. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It's decorated with one humped camel bone. The object is adorned with hanging rings of dolomite, clear tourmaline, and pink tourmaline, and menaces with spikes of dolomite and magnetite. We've got our spikes! And Plunge of Suitors, right? Doesn't it sound a little, I don't know. But forbid all. Sounds like Baldur's Gate 3 dialogue. That's what it sounds like. Like, what kind of word I want to use here? Yeah, it sounds like Baldur's Gate 3 dialogue. A little saucy. I would like to start, you know what? We've got half an hour left to the raid, or to the
Money for Essentia. Money for Essentia. Money for Essentia.
2 people on a boat had 3 cigarettes but no matches. They threw 1 cigarette overboard so the boat became a cigarette lighter.
Uh-huh. I suggest we send out the Oily Tails to raid a goblin camp. And if they're successful, anyone who survives is going to get upgraded to veteran armor. That's what we're going to do. So, we got to do this from the world map, yeah? And so there's a tiny little pit here. The Dark Goblin pit of monstrous balances, population estimate of about 10. Now, sometimes that can be like 10 goblins and 100 trolls. We don't know, but we're going to click to raid this location. We're going to send the Oily Tails out. We're just going to do a raid, sneaky little raid, just to practice and train, not an open attack. And we'll see what we can get out of it. I think that's it. I think I can just like right-click out of it and it's done. If I click on missions, yep, there's a mission happening. Okay. Done. Another thing we can do is like raid sites for artifacts and things like that. But right now we're just happy with anything we might be able to find. Whale tails have returned. Wait, what? When I was right-clicking, did I dismiss their, like, mission report? Reports. That was weirdly fast. I mean, it's a small world. It's Pocket World, so okay. In the late autumn of 53, South City, that's our civilization, attacked the Lies of Polishing, which I guess is the Goblin civilization. Oh my god. The Dwarf, not that obvious, Lance Princess led the attack, and the defenders were led by the Goblin Oozboo Blackgirders. The Dwarf, not that obvious, outmatched the Goblin with a cunning plan, and the attackers had a strong positional advantage. The Goblin Oozboo confronted the Dwarf Mixthos. The Goblin Oozboo was struck down by Mixthos. Ooh, the Goblin leader was struck down. Also, the Goblin Rickbow cornered the Dwarf Steelbrain. Ooh, but the Goblin's right ear was smashed by Steelbrain. Then the goblin was struck down by Steelbrain. The goblin Osbog surprised KR Jax, but the goblin's right eyelid was smashed by KR Jax, tooth was torn, The goblin was struck down by KR Jax. Late autumn, the goblin Tofi happened upon the dwarf Dark Beholder, and then the goblin was struck down by Dark Beholder. Looted some treasure and seized livestock. Spoils report: 1 spiked leather ball, 1 sea lamprey leather hood, and 5 beak dogs. We train the beak dogs? How are they captured? Are they tamed? I guess they'll just get auto-butchered, right? Is that what we want? I think I'm fine with that. I don't think I want tamed beak dogs. Doesn't feel dwarfy. That was a heck of a successful raid. Absolutely. Well, I promised that the veterans would be upgraded to indeed... Did I never design... I never designed our veteran armor, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that now. Can I do it from here? Assign a uniform. I don't think I can create a uniform from the screen. Is it add uniform? Oh, it's add uniform. That's what it is. Okay. So, loading up my own little Google Doc that I have linked in the What game. Our veteran outfit is going to go as follows. The headgear is going to be a leather hood. We'll do the material afterwards. Followed by a steel helm. Bodywear is going to be a leather dress, a leather robe, a metal chain shirt, and a metal, or rather steel breastplate on the outermost layer. For hand protection, we are going to have leather mittens, followed by metal gauntlets. For footwear, actually, sorry, next thing in my list here, the order is different from these buttons, is legwear. So it's going to be leather trousers, followed by steel greaves. And then I have my footwear, which is going to be some cloth socks and some steel high boots. A shield, which is going to be made out of wood, and our short swords, our steel shorts that we're doing. So we're just going to set the material. So this is going to be leather, steel, leather, leather, steel, steel, leather mittens, steel gauntlet, leather trousers, steel greaves, cloth socks, which I guess we're going to go with plant fiber, and steel high boots. The shield we want out of wood because it's lighter, and the short sword we want a steel because it is stabbier. This uniform replaces clothing. Partial matches okay. I guess I can leave on is fine. But this is going to be our veteran outfit. In theory, ideally, I would like this to be people who have armor skill, so that they don't move super slowly. There you go. You guys are going to do that. Start picking up the metal armor. Because yeah, without the armor skill, I guess these are beak dogs over here, huh? They are tame. Nah. I was including a dwarf with a weapon. Yeah, you probably just punch them to death. Well, actually, I don't know if that dwarf got anything. Mandated construction of certain goods. 3 gloves. So, again, I wish I could just search here. Making leather mittens, but yeah, we're not explicitly making gloves. So, well, I guess I'll put in leather gloves. We'll ask for 3 to get made. I could switch from leather mitts and leather gloves for our military, or we could just leave the leather gloves for our civilians. That's fine. We could send out the other squad. Or what we could do, well, actually, what I should do is plan on another military, another group here. Let's do another recruit uniform. And yeah, excluding everyone else, which is fine. So all I'm going to do is grab people now, since we know we're excluding anyone important or anyone in another squad. We'll just ignore anyone who's got a full-time job set up. There we go. Deserts of Gold. Copy, paste. There you go. And now you're on constant training. Well, 6 out of 10 of you are on constant training. Oh, and I guess I want to assign you. And we'll still use this as our barracks here. Still want to do something else with the above ground, but I'm not sure what yet, so I'm not too stressed currently. So, 3 squads training. Yes. Collecting some webs. We did unforbid everything. So there's going to be a lot of that. Oh, things are being butchered. Dwarves are remarkably pretty happy. We got 100 dwarves, and you can see the yellow-faced ones, the numbers going down as I'm talking about it. 12, 11, 10. Lots of good thoughts happening. 9. I mean, admittedly, no dwarves have, like, died. There hasn't been any combat within our actual realm. No one ended up in the hospital either from the raid. In theory, we got away completely scot-free. Oh, our Baron wants 2 weapon racks and 2 armor stands. There we go. Yeah, I don't think dwarves can ride anything. As fun as it would be to, like, make our own little dwarven chocobo racing setup. I don't think we have to sign anything here. We could use a messenger, because we do have access to some secondary sites, but I'm not going to stress about that. Mountain Goat is fighting. We do have a hunter going on. Yep. So, how goes the equipping over here? All right, it's going. I guess I should have actually, maybe before I changed their equipment, I could have I should have asked for a bunch of equipment to be made, because I think it's currently set up where we're like maintaining a stock of like two mail shirts, 2 breastplates, 2 greaves, which meant there wasn't enough to like instantly equip the squad. What I should have done is just pre-ordered a bunch to be made ahead of time, just to make sure they could get done. Now it's going to be fine, because it's all, well, in theory, it's all going to be queued up. But I don't know, maybe it's still worth asking for. Steel breastplate, steel helm. At least those to get started. That way, it's going to ensure that these forges are active, making those. And then it also, as people grab the boots and the gauntlets and the whatever, then it'll also queue those up to make sure we've got a couple of each. Wasn't it 3 armor stands they wanted? I thought it was 2. Yeah, no, they're fully satisfied. They wanted 3 chests and 3 cabinets, which apparently they've got. Do they? How come Porky Plug feels... How come they have 3 chests and 3 cabinets? Porky Plug? Porky Plug must still have one of their old bedrooms or something also assigned to them? Maybe? Let's not worry about it. This door. Olivine. Olivine is quite cool with the yellow. It does come out as golden, I would say. As far as I know, all of our demands and everything are fine and satisfied. I suspect our miners aren't busy, so I'm going to go ahead and ask them just to dig out this place. Well, I say that. They didn't instantly start digging there, so maybe they are. What else would they be digging? Oh, you're sleeping. You're storing 1 items. Okay. Did you designate your last room's floor? Well, let's... Oh, yeah, we can do some work over here. Let's check our zone. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we're designated. These tombs, no, but they haven't been equipped with anything, and we still haven't any deaths, so we're fine. Digging starting there. Okay, this area here. We're gonna want to smooth it all. Oops. I could filter for high quality goods here, but I think most of the value of this dining room to get the legendary is just gonna come from like the sheer size of it, smoothed and engraved, even without, you know, god level quality stuff. It's just gonna be really astounding. So yeah, let's let a bunch of the engravings go through. Stuff on the ground here. Oh, that's still that same blood. Hasn't rained here. Admittedly, we're in a wasteland. We're in a type of desert, so I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it'd be nice to pick up all this stuff. Frame rate's still good, you know, despite 100 pops. I mean, the Steam edition came out, it was a lot more optimized. And then on top of that, Putnam's been putting a bunch of work for optimizations. Even since then, a bunch of optimization patches have come out. And admittedly, I got a pretty good computer these days, but still, I'm still surprised that like we're running at a maximum speed. We're out of rough gems again. Which is not the end of the world. So I wish you could just like butcher from the cage. It's really weird that you have to do this like tame and then butcher thing. Pia just like running back and forth between you two. Do we have 3 furnace operators? We have it on Everyone Does This. Sure. There. Only selected does this. Off and click back. There we go. 3 full-time furnace operators. I think we're gonna appreciate it. Single weaponsmith, which I think is fine because we just want one person maxing out their skill. Single armorsmith, which is fine. We could arguably have a couple of armorsmiths because we could potentially find ourselves in a situation where we do need a lot going on. Manufactured from cages, they'll get butchered from there. Yeah, but they're wild animals. The camels we caught, they're not tame. So we can't pasture them. We have to do a taming thing to get them at least a tiny bit tame. That lets us like remove them from the cage and pasture them or whatever, flag them for butchering. Yeah. It's a little weird. Yeah, clearly our metal industry is going okay because that's starting. This fits in the queue. It's because we have enough. Do this. Broader. You're just going for a drink and getting yourself a mug, which is fine. Big room. Smooth it out. A little bit behind on doors. It's possible we don't have enough non-economic... Oh, no, that's not true, because we can see we have a giant stockpile right over here of non-economic stones. So that's definitely not a problem. Mostly have to wait for more people to get around to finishing the job. We have been queuing up a lot of things that have been asking for various pieces